in the absolute silence of the deep abyss, where the warm light of the sun has never reached. Mysterious worlds are drifting through the eternal cold. A cosmic mystery unfolds as we leave the familiar stars behind, entering the infinite darkness where rogue planets wander alone through the silent, frozen galaxy. These are the rogue planets, celestial orphans that have no sun to orbit, surviving in a state of permanent night across the lonely reaches of space. Without a star to provide warmth or light, these worlds seem dead at first glance, lost in the shadows of the universe's most desolate corners. But humanity has a new set of eyes. The James Webb Space Telescope is turning its powerful gaze toward these hidden giants, seeking answers in the dark. It searches for the invisible, scanning the deepest blackness to find the heat signatures of planets that should not exist in such an icy environment. Suddenly, the data changes. Among the background noise of the universe, we have detected something impossible. A signal emanating from the heart of the abyss. What could be producing a signal from a world with no sun? To understand this, we must look back billions of years to their violent origins. In the silence of this frozen graveyard, the ghosts of lost solar systems are finally starting to speak to us across the vast cosmic distance. These worlds are not just rocks. They are vessels of history, carrying the secrets of the early universe through the cold, lightless regions between the stars. We are now decoding the first whispers from the darkness, a journey that will challenge everything we thought we knew about the potential for alien life. In the beginning, these planets were not alone. They were born in the violent cradles of young solar systems, surrounded by siblings and a parent star. The early universe was a shooting gallery of planetary collisions, where gravity acted as both a creator and a destroyer of worlds in the making. Massive gas giants often bullied their smaller neighbors, their immense gravity acting like a cosmic slingshot that could change a planet's destiny in an instant. This was the gravitational purge. A planet, once destined for life under a sun, was suddenly cast out into the eternal night of the galaxy. The warmth of its mother star faded, leaving the world to face the absolute zero of space alone. A wandering exile among the distant, silent stars. Temperatures plummeted to hundreds of degrees below zero. Oceans froze solid, and the atmosphere collapsed into a blanket of snow that covered the entire world. Under this shell of ice, the planet became a time capsule, preserving the heat of its birth while the outside world turned into a frozen wasteland. Recent estimates suggest there are billions of these rogue planets in our galaxy alone, potentially outnumbering the stars themselves in the vast cosmic dark. They are the invisible majority of the universe, a hidden population of worlds that have been wandering for billions of years without ever being seen. Every one of these drifters has a story, a history of a lost home and a long, lonely journey through the coldest reaches of our galaxy. As they travel, they occasionally capture debris, building tiny systems of their own in the dark, a shadow version of the solar systems we know. The silence on these worlds is absolute. There is no wind, no rain, and no light, only the steady ticking of radioactive decay within the core. For eons, we thought they were dead, frozen husks of failed worlds. But modern science is beginning to reveal a much more complex and surprising reality. We are learning that being cast out into the void might not be a death sentence, but rather a different kind of beginning for these planets. The rogue planets are finally coming into focus, revealing that the darkness of space is far more active and alive than we ever dreamed possible. To see these worlds, we had to change how we look at the universe. Traditional light is useless in the dark, but heat tells a story. James Webb's infrared vision captures the thermal glow of these planets, proving they are still warm, millions of years after being separated from their stars. By analyzing the light they emit, we can detect the chemical fingerprints of their atmospheres, revealing secrets that have been hidden in the dark for eons. Methane and carbon dioxide have been found, suggesting that these rogue planets are not just frozen rocks, but worlds with complex, active chemical processes. In the heart of the Orion Nebula, James Webb discovered something even stranger: jumbos, or Jupiter mass binary objects, drifting in pairs through the void. These massive pairs challenge our understanding of how planets form, as they seem to have been born together, yet they wander without a sun. The sheer scale of these objects suggests that our current models of star and planet formation are incomplete,
As you can
missing
see,
a
the
massive
infrared
part of the
signature
picture.
spikes right at the accretion
Scientists
disk.
around the world
This
are
confirms the
stunned.
trajectory we predicted
Every
for the
new
cluster.
image from James Webb reveals more of these drifters, populating areas we once thought were empty. The energy required for these storms comes from within, fueled by the planet's own internal furnace, rather than the rays of a distant, unreachable star. We are cataloging a new map of the galaxy, one that includes the billions of invisible worlds that bridge the gaps between the bright, burning stars. Yet the speed of discovery is breathtaking. What was once theoretical is now being seen in vivid detail, changing our perspective on the cosmos forever. As we look deeper, we realize that the void is actually a crowded frontier, waiting for us to uncover the life that might be hiding there. Even without light, their gravity betrays them. They bend the very fabric of space-time, acting as lenses that allow us to detect their lonely presence. This heat is the key. It is the lifeblood of these worlds, providing the energy needed for geological activity and perhaps something much more significant. The search for rogue planets is a search for our own origins, helping us understand the chaotic forces that shaped our own home in the universe. Beneath the frozen silence of the surface, a rogue planet is far from dead. Its internal structure holds the secret to its surprising warmth. A shell of ice, miles thick, acts as a perfect insulator, trapping the heat of the planet's birth and protecting the world from the vacuum of space. At the center, a heart of molten metal still churns. This internal furnace generates heat through radioactive decay, keeping the planet's interior alive and active. Elements like uranium and thorium decay over billions of years, providing a steady, reliable source of energy that doesn't depend on any sun's rays. These internal currents create a dynamic world, where the ground is constantly shifting and changing, driven by the powerful forces hidden deep beneath the surface. Between the ice and the rock, a hidden ocean exists. Millions of cubic miles of liquid water, kept warm by the heat of the core below. Hydrothermal vents spew mineral-rich water into the dark sea, creating islands of warmth and chemistry in an otherwise cold and empty world of water. In this pitch-black ocean, light is generated not by the sun, but by the chemistry of life itself, creating a glowing world in the deep. Now, these vents are the engines of potential life, providing everything needed for biology to begin, even in the total absence of sunlight or atmosphere. It is a world of darkness, yet it is full of energy. The rogue planet's heart provides a sanctuary for liquid water to exist for billions of years. This geological activity ensures that the ocean is constantly replenished with the building blocks of life, recycled from the planet's deep, rocky interior. Even without a star, the planet has its own protection. A magnetic field generated by the core guards the world from the harsh radiation of space. The balance of heat is perfect. Not too cold to freeze solid, and not too hot to boil away, creating a stable environment for eons. These hidden oceans could be the most common habitat for life in the universe, far more numerous than the surface oceans of planets like Earth. Life here would not know of stars or galaxies. Their entire universe would be the warm, a dark water between the ice and the burning rock. It is a serene and stable world, isolated from the chaotic events of the galaxy, a perfect nursery for life to evolve in total isolation. This is the paradox of the rogue planet, a world that looks dead on the outside, but is pulsing with heat and potential on the inside. From the surface, it is a frozen tomb. But just a few miles down, it is a warm, liquid paradise waiting to be discovered by science. This internal heat is the ultimate defiance against the cold, a testament to the enduring power of a planet's birth energy across billions of miles. If life exists in these dark oceans, it doesn't need sunlight. Instead, it relies on chemosynthesis, converting the planet's chemical energy into the fuel for life. Evolution in total darkness would produce creatures beyond our imagination, organisms that sense the world through vibrations, electricity, and the heat of volcanic vents. The pressure here is immense, shaping life into resilient, powerful forms that are perfectly adapted to the crushing weight of the dark, heavy water above. Our missions to moons like Europa and Enceladus are the first steps toward understanding these worlds. The technology we build today will find life tomorrow. In this world, sound is the most powerful sense. Life would communicate across entire oceans, using low-frequency pulses that echo for thousands of miles. Could the signals we detected be artificial? While unlikely, the physical processes within these planets can generate radio emissions that mimic the signs of technology. The complexity of life in the abyss could rival our own coral reefs, a hidden ecosystem thriving in a place where we once thought nothing survived. Life finds a way. In the most extreme environments, biology adapts, creating new ways to survive and even flourish in the face of impossible odds. These oases of heat are the birthplaces of biology in the dark, scattered across the subsurface oceans of billions of rogue planets in our galaxy. We must redefine the habitable zone. It is no longer just the area around a star, but any place where energy and water can meet. Perhaps the first life in the universe didn't start on a sunny planet, but in the stable, protected warmth of a rogue world's deep interior. The intelligence that could evolve here would be profoundly different from our own, shaped by a world without horizons, stars, or even a sky. The mystery of the signal continues to haunt us. Is it a natural geological pulse, or the first greeting from a civilization living in the dark? Nature in the abyss is both beautiful and terrifying, a constant struggle for energy in a world where every calorie is a precious, hard-won prize. These planets could be the stepping stones of life, allowing biology to hop from one star system to another across the vast gaps of space. Our computers are working overtime to decode the data, looking for the patterns that would prove, once and for all, that we are not alone. We look for ourselves in the stars, but we might find our cousins in the deepest, darkest parts of the universe, where we never thought to look. The rogue planets are reminding us that the universe is far more hospitable than it appears, hiding life in its most unexpected and secret places. The abyss is not empty. It is a cradle. The darkness is not a void. It is a home for life that we are only beginning to understand. As we pull back from these lonely worlds, we realize they are not just outcasts, but a fundamental part of the tapestry of our universe. The galaxy is a much busier place than we once imagined, filled with billions of silent travelers carrying the potential for life through the dark. Our next great journey will be to these worlds. Future probes, powered by light and laser, will be our ambassadors to the dark, wandering exiles. This is a global effort, a quest that unites all of humanity in our shared desire to understand our place in the vast and mysterious cosmos. We have always looked to the light for answers, But the darkness has its own truths to tell, if we are brave enough to listen to them. They are the ships of the universe, carrying life across the stars without the need for engines or fuel, driven by the simple laws of gravity. Every discovery begins with a single question: what is out there? And every answer we find only deepens the mystery of our incredible, vast universe. The rogue planets are no longer invisible to us. They are a part of our story now, a new chapter in the history of human exploration. The journey has only just begun. Soon we will touch the ice, drill into the dark, and finally see the life that has been waiting for us. And in the deepest abyss, there is still hope. In the total darkness, there is still light. And in the silence, someone might be looking back. The rogue planets are calling. It is time for us to answer, because the universe is much more alive than we ever dared to believe.